IVM.
Hi, everybody. Just wanted to ask everyone for a quick favor. We're running a brand survey right now and would really appreciate it if you could let us know what you think about the advertising on IVM. Go to ivmpodcast.com/survey and do let us know. As part of this, we'll be selecting 10 random participants and sending them some IVM swag, so do fill out those surveys.
Hello and welcome to the Habit Coach podcast. I am Ashdin Doctor, your habit coach, and today with us in the hot seat we have AG. I'm keeping him anonymous for a particular reason because just in case the person he's talking about also listens to the Habit Coach podcast, he's going to be in trouble. So let's discuss this. He says, "Hi, I'm AG and I'm following you for a couple of months. I have some personal problem. I don't know if this should be the platform for it, but still, I know you have a solution for every problem. Why, thank you, but let's see how this goes. I have a neighbor who always tries to create problems for me. Like, he always parks his car in the middle of the road. So I have to park elsewhere. And I don't have other roads to go and park in my area. Once I parked behind his car, and to my surprise, he punctured all 4 tires of my car. I ended up fighting, screaming with him. But he's kind of a Gunda, as in a gangster. And I have also tried to complain to the police, but they do not help much. They just warned him. He does this again and again. I'm really fed up of this guy. He's such a explicit beep, 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 beep. Can't say that. I really don't know what to do. Ashdin Sir, I know that this is not relevant to you, but I'm disgusting with this fight with him every day. I hope you have a solution for my problem." All right. So, AG, this actually does have something to do with the habits that we create. This reminds me of a very nice quote from Lao Tzu. And Lao Tzu says, "What is a good man but a bad man's teacher? And what is a bad man but a good man's job?" Let me repeat that again. What is a good man but a bad man's teacher? And what is a bad man but a good man's job? If you believe that this person's the wrong, it is your job to make sure that you can teach him a different way. But more than that, the way that I normally deal with problems like this is to step back and understand what is happening here. You see, you can look at this entire problem as this person is being mean to me. You can make everything about this that's happening here about you, and then you're going to be sunk because now he's attacking you as a person. But instead, imagine if you were just watching this whole scenario play out as if you were in a play or as if you were in a movie. That there's a car that's packed in front of you where your parking should be. It's punctured all your tires. But he's not punctured your tires. He's punctured the tires of a car. What would your reaction be to that? Can you turn it into a thriller? Can you turn it into a comedy? Can you turn it into something else? The point of this exercise is to separate you from the problem. You see, every time you become part of the problem, you cannot be part of the solution. So you have to first step out, move away from the problem, and then observe it as if it is not your problem at all. Only then can you think of a solution very clearly. So I call this exercise the third person. Imagine you are not the first person, you're not the second person, but you're a third person. You're a passerby, you're an observer of this scenario. Someone's parked, someone's removing the tire, someone's shouting, someone's screaming. What would it look like? Imagine if you turn this entire thing into a comedy and you think back and saying, "Wow, that was really ridiculous. I can't believe that I got dragged into that. How stupid." And then you will realize that it doesn't become a big problem anymore because now it is just something that happened. But more importantly, that is a coping mechanism. The way to really understand this and really deal with this is to focus on what is happening here and ask yourself, what can I learn from this situation? This person might be your biggest teacher. I know Lao Tzu was saying it the other way around, saying that a good man is a bad man's teacher. But a bad man can also be a good man's teacher. What is he teaching about you as a person? What is he teaching about you? How are you going to handle this? What are the choices you're going to make? What are the mistakes that you're going to make and what are the learnings you're going to have from those mistakes? So honestly, the way that I would look at it is learn from this person as much as you can. Observe this. Change the way that you're behaving with him because obviously that is not working. You need to find another way around this. And then, worst case scenario, move. You always have the ability to create a change. If this person is such a big problem and you really don't need that kind of negativity in your life, move if possible. And you will see that this person has taught you something and then has left your life. And that's perfect. What more do we want? But the last thing that I would suggest is never ever drop to that person's level. Never drop to that person's level and do what that person is doing to you, because then you don't become any better. You don't become a good person, you become the bad person. There was this really nice quote that I remember an old family friend used to tell me: never wrestle with pigs, because first they bring you down to their level, beat you with experience, and then cover you in mud. So what is the point, right? So never wrestle with pigs. Never come down to their level. It is not your job to be doing that. Learn and move, or learn or change the environment, change the way that you'll interact with each other. And that's the best advice I can give. Guys, this is something that I took on as a hot seat question because for AG, it is about his neighbor. For many of us, it is close family members in our homes that talk to us like this, that behave like this with us. It is a boss that is toxic, that does this to us. It is maybe a friend that mistreats us. It is important for us to learn that you cannot always go head on with these kind of people. You have to learn what it is that you can learn from them. Learn about what it is that you understand about you as a person in this entire experience, and then become better. As your habit coach, I just want to see you grow and grow. And people like this come into your life not to make you stumble, not to push you down, but to make you stronger, to make you more resilient, to make you better human beings. And as your habit coach, what more can I ask for? So, AG, I actually thank your neighbor. I thank him for what he's doing to you so that you can learn and become a stronger person. And the reason why I can say that so confidently is the person who was equivalent to your neighbor in my life. I thank that person every day. Because who I am today, what I am doing today, the podcast, everything, helping people, would not have happened if not for that person. So I fill that person with gratitude and thank that person. If you like this episode and if you want to be featured on the hot seat, don't forget to fill up the form that's there in the description of this podcast. There is a link there. Fill that form up, put in your questions, and remember, put in as many details as possible so I can help you out. I'm Ashdin Doctor, your habit coach. And remember, awesome lives, they start with awesome habits.
If you like this podcast, don't forget to check out other interesting podcasts on the IVM network. You can listen to us on the IVM Podcast app or ivmpodcast.com. You can also follow us on social media. We are at IVM Podcasts on Twitter and Instagram. If you want to reach out to me, I am Ashdin Doc on Twitter and Instagram. You can find lots more information on my website, awesome180.com, or check out different content on my YouTube channel called AWESOME180. That's Awesome 180.
Hey everybody, it's been a great week on the IVM Podcast Network. On Advertising is Dead, Varun is joined by podcasters Yogi Kabir and Sarthak Mishra, along with Arjun Koladi from Spotify, to talk about the shifts brought by the growth of podcasting and what it means for the culture of tomorrow. On a show about crypto, Rohan is joined by Gaurav Garg, head of research and crypto expert at Capital Via. They discuss decentralized autonomous organizations. On Tere Mere Raaste, Keshav introduces us to the real Wasipur and is a dark shadow of coal, mining and the mafia. On Paisa Vaisa, Anupam talks about the education loan industry in India with Ankit Mehra, founder and CEO of Gyan Dhan. On The Habit Coach, Ashdin is joined by Gaurav Bhagat to share various tiny habits for professionals. Do follow us on social media. We're IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And remember, if you're enjoying this show or any other show for that matter, please do tell a friend. And finally, we'd like to thank our sponsors on the network this week: Cred, Bank of Baroda, Quarter, CoinSwitch, Kuber, and Inter. We appreciate the support.
Have you ever wondered where the business world is headed? How the ways in which we create, market, and sell to consumers will evolve? Or if we'll ever go back to wearing pants while working? For answers to all of this and more, tune into Advertising is Dead with me, Varun Dugirala. Every Tuesday, as I talk to entrepreneurs, leaders, and change makers from across business, media, marketing, and beyond. You can catch all episodes of Advertising is Dead on the IVM Podcast website, app, or wherever you get your podcast from.